Hello everybody, and welcome back to building a tree and tree house in Minecraft. You can see I've done a little bit off camera. I worked on the tree just a tiny bit, extending out our roots a little bit more. It just gave it a little bit more support, I guess you can say. It looked a little less awkward in the build, and then I also went in, added some more leaves, and added in some vines on those leaves, and then just a little scenery around the place to make it look a little bit more homey here. So today we're going to work on the actual inside of the house, but real quick I just wanted to show you a tiny trick. One thing I hate about vines is they look so good when you put them on trees, but they end up growing all the way to the ground like this, and then they start growing on everything, and I just don't like how that looks. So something you can do in Minecraft 1.10 is use the new barrier blocks, which if you don't know what they are, you can basically just give yourself a barrier and it's going to pop them into your inventory. But you can place them down on whatever height you want the thing to be at. So like I have mine right here. If you wanted, you could put it here, and then that's going to keep it from growing down, thus making them not grow any longer. So it's kind of a neat little trick that you can use to keep your barriers, keep your vines down. So let's get working on our little thing here, our little base inside. And I just want to real quick add a small little entrance here to the house. I'm going to have the entrance be right here. I think this looks pretty cool. We can throw in some fences just as a kind of guiding your eye to the place. And then fences can also be used in terms of a path here as well. And we might as well make a little path. I like to use coarse dirt. Let's try some podzol actually, and then we'll stick with our logs and our planks here. So let's just knock out some land going around here. That looks pretty good. Throw in some coarse dirt in this area. This is all random. I'm gonna make a video sometime soon on making paths. You know what? The podzol doesn't look too bad. Let's throw some of that in, and then we'll put some logs like so. Let's put a wood slab below like that, just to add a little bit of depth, and now we have a nice little path going. You can even add some leaves around here like this, just to, once again, it's guiding your eye to the actual build, and it's a nice little path. It makes it look like you're venturing into a forest. So now let's work on the inside a little bit. We don't have a lot of space to work with, and I like that a lot. We have this huge opening up here, all kinds of wood going everywhere in here. Let's first start out, since I know you guys probably can't see a whole lot, let's just toss some torches around here. We can knock them out at the end, but just to light up the area, we might as well throw them in now. There we go. Now we can work on this while being still able to actually see. So I want to use spruce wood and oak wood. So we got that. I'll throw a spruce log in here. I don't think we're going to want it though. And then let's also grab some of these, and we might as well grab spruce slabs or spruce stairs as well, if I can find those. There they are. Okay, so let's start out. We want to make sure that we are keeping a like equal, not even equal, but just like a good standard between our like various levels of height. We want to make sure that we are keeping this build so that it is not all in one like y-axis here. We want to make sure that we have an upper layer, a lower layer. So I'm going to keep this like this, and then what we're going to do is, starting right here, I think we're going to build up in spruce wood all the way to the top. I want to go to, like, you know what, we'll bring it all the way to the top for now. It may change. What we're actually going to do is put in a spiral staircase going up around our tree here. I can't talk today for some reason, so let's actually try to get this in as much as possible to start. I want to make this like so, and then we'll have our spiral staircase start right over here. And spiral staircases can be a little bit tough, so just watch here and you'll see exactly how I'm going to do it. We're going to leave that just like that. This lower layer is going to be where we put some you know, stuff that would be in a house, a rustic house like this, some tables, some chairs, stuff along those lines. We'll do that at the very end. Let's get this inside actually like looking like a house before we start adding detail to it. I don't do insides of houses often, so this is kind of a little extra kind of episode here. So we'll just fill that in. Now let's work on the spiral staircase. The key to a good spiral staircase is to make it where you're always going to be, no matter where you are, going up somehow. So let's get this. It's not going to be perfect, but it's going to be good enough. Let's get this like this. Then we want to add in a spruce slab here. We want this to go around. And this is going to be fairly random going all the way up, if I'm going to be completely honest with you. But we want to keep it slowly going up in every direction. Maybe add in right here one of those. Make this go up then here. Just so that you could run up and down it without any problem in terms of like running into a solid block somewhere or something like that. Once again, this is primarily random. So I'm going to actually just time-lapse this real quick. You can kind of see what I'm doing. This will likely be different every time you create a spiral staircase. There's not a lot of incorrect ways to do this, but it can still be pretty difficult to create a solid one of these. So you can kind of see how it's going right now. I'm going to basically continue this all the way to the top, and I will time-lapse it so you can see. I'll be right back. Okay, so here we go. Here is the spiral staircase done. Obviously, it's incredibly random, and at times may seem a little bit thrown together, but that's kind of what we wanted to go with. Right here is where we're going to have our staircase into the canopy of the tree. So let's get this staircase put in. I just used upside down stairs as kind of a surrounding of it. It actually looks pretty okay. I kind of like it. So we're going to roll with it, and then this will come right up here. We can actually top this off up here with just some normal wood, and you can kind of see that it's we got some space up here to do some stuff. So we'll come back up here in a bit. I want to work on the bottom here first. Let's make sure this ladder's out of here. With these torches, we could do a couple of things with them. If we wanted to make them look a little bit more decorated, we can grab item frames, and I like to use anvils, but other people may have other things they enjoy more. You can kind of just do that, and it looks like the torch is being held a little bit. So we'll put some of these in around here just to make it look a little fancier than normal. And this is something that you can do with torches at any time. There's other various different ways that you can put, like besides an anvil, that you can put into the item frame to make it look good. But like I said, I like to do the anvil, so we're gonna roll with that. Let's put in another torch here and just get these all taken care of. And then we're gonna work on the downstairs a little bit. to get it looking more like a... I want this to look like a rustic house, but I want it to look a little bit modern as well, which usually doesn't go too well together. But I mean, man, if you're living in a giant tree, you're living a halfway decent modern life, man. So let's work down here. We have a decent little staircase down right here. I'm gonna come over here and basically just block this off. To start, we're just going to go in a pattern like so to get this all good. I want to try to eliminate stuff like that. So let's try to fix this up so that we don't have that occurring. This is okay, I suppose. It'll work out fine. I just don't want the logs to show up up there like that. But we're fine now. This is no big deal, and we will be fine here. So this looks good. Then what we can do is throw in some fences in here. So let's grab our fences. We can put them in basically in patterns like this. And then if we wanted, we could throw in some spruce slabs on top of these to really make it have an interesting pattern. And if we wanted, we can throw in some normal oak wood slabs on the bottom here just to add a little bit of extra color, and throw in, let's not actually open up to the outside, but throw in maybe a slab right there. And you can kind of see it's a kind of dumb decoration, but it works pretty okay. So then what we can do, we can maybe add in a table right here. For a chair, let's go, let's see. Can we get this to fit in here? Because this is one of my favorite chairs to do, is something like that. Maybe we have that chair right there, and then a table over here. We can maybe have two chairs like this. And with chairs, signs are your best friends. You can kind of put it on like this and like this, and you got two nice looking signs. And I will do a small trick right here that I picked up on. If you get a armor stand, let me see if I can find an armor stand. Not an armor stand, a banner. You can actually have some pillows on a couch, per se. So you have that like that, place down that, and now you have a nice little pillow on your chair. I think it adds a little bit of a nice little detail, an interesting little touch, just to make it look a little bit homier, I guess you could say. So then for our table, we can do kind of one of these, and then grab our carpets. I'll use light gray just because there's not a lot of color in this area in terms of light colors. We can do that, and then grab some string and place that down so we can place the carpet on top of there. And now you got kind of a little table that can fit in there and be fine. Let's also add in some shelves. I'm going to use spruce stairs for this, keeping with the wood in here. We're just going to put a little shelf up there, maybe put a, a skull up there, because our famous person living in this house killed the warrior and got the skull. I don't know. We can also maybe add in a pole right here, and we can go up over here and fix this. This is a real easy fix, just do that. And then this pole, we can add in some stairs along the top of it, and this is going to give it a little bit of extra kind of depth in the area. I'll be honest with you, I'm kind of BSing my way through this right now, trying to figure out what to do with it, but it's going pretty okay. I think this looks pretty good. We can also add in maybe a small carpet down here, maybe some gray, throw some color in with some red, and then some black. Ohio State colors, sure. So throw in some black and then some gray. And even though the carpet isn't very big and symmetrical or anything, it still works out pretty okay in our scenario, so that looks pretty good. I like this a lot. Obviously, we're living in a tree, so we don't have a lot of space to do stuff, but even stuff like little support beams that you can run, let's actually run it here, I suppose. You can run across to make this place look a little bit busier than it normally would look. You want to be careful not to make it too busy, but it's little stuff like this that actually end up providing a little bit of extra character in the place when you come in. Because we can also add in, let's try to add in right here as well. And now you walk in and you already get a picture like, wow, we're actually living inside of a tree, and it looks pretty dang cool. Something else you can do is just add some buttons and some trapdoors in various locations. So we can go over here, maybe slap a trapdoor on there, have some buttons on our wooden pole that we added in here. And then just in various locations, these buttons can act as knots in the wood, and we can just put them in various locations to make it have a little bit of extra stuff to it, I suppose. So let's actually head to the very top. We'll try to add a little bit of something up here. I can't tell if I want to attempt to knock out... what's going on over here? This is out the back. Interesting, okay. Let's block that up. I kind of want to have something going on near the front of the tree. So I suppose that would be this way for the front of the tree. Yeah, this is the front. If we can have some kind of little balcony coming out top over here, I think that would look really cool. So let's try to knock out some leaves here. We do want to make sure that this still is like natural in how it's going to appear. So if we can maybe add in right here some spruce logs coming out. We want to make sure that we actually have walls up here and everything. I'm going to actually go off cam, do a little bit of building in here, and I'll time lapse it so you can see what I'm doing, because I'm not sure exactly what I'm doing quite yet, and I would like to have an understanding of that before I start recording it. So I'll be right back. Okay, so there we go. Our treehouse is done. Let's just take a little bit of a walk inside. We have our little couches and chairs going on over here. We can come upstairs here, like you just saw in the time lapse. We have our ladder going up, and then when we come up, we're going to be in the bedroom of our, I'm going to take a wild guess and say single man that lives here, but that's causing a bit of a judgment on him. Let's actually add in one last item frame thing here, and anvil is right here. We can put it right like here, I think would work out well. So we put our anvil on, then we place our torch on. That'll just give this place some light. He has a nice bed here. He can come up, take a nap. He has his clothes ready for the day, and then his prize creeper that he killed. Then he can come out here, and we have a little balcony that he can then look off of to see the vast, open, creative world that we have here. One other thing you can do just here is throw in some plants right here, so we can grab some orange and white flowers just for a little extra color, and then we can grab a trapdoor and put it on like so. So there you go. There's how you make a tree house. Obviously, the real kicker of this is making the tree. The inside you can do a lot of different stuff with. It's not the best as a survival home unless you make it really big, but I mean, you can do it. I've done it before. It definitely wows some people on a server if you were to make it, and it could be a pretty cool and interesting build for you to try. Once again, these wooden beams can literally be added anywhere just to add a little extra to the build here. And once again, you can kind of go up and then fix it on top, or you can kind of leave it if you like to see the wood in there, and actually those look pretty good. So there you go. That's how you make a treehouse. If you enjoyed, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, and yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.